everybody. Old Big Jim coming at y'all from the bog. Located here in South Mississippi. So Milo and Max Productions. Got a little modified Monday for y'all. Been a long couple of days, guys, and I've got a few messages, a few texts, a couple of emails. Everything's fine. Ain't nothing going on. I just got into the Father's Day funk, but after I sat back and thought about it for a long time, my daddy meant a lot to me, and I love him. I love him a whole lot, and a lot of memories come flooding back. And tell you just a quick story, okay? After Hurricane Katrina, my father and my mother had moved into an assisted living facility. I mean, he was 86 years old, and him and her, she had Alzheimer's and was basically, just sat there most all day, never said a word, never did anything, but just as beautiful, beautiful as she could be, in her mid or late 70s, and anyway, it was about 22 miles. Where the crow flies, it's not that far, but Katrina hit at night, and after everything kind of cleared up, me and my boy were here, me and my son here at the bog, and there were trees down everywhere, and it took me about 5 hours. I loaded up. My daddy had a little Toyota Tercel, and I threw the big boy chainsaw, and of course I was 45 years old back then. I was a lot pretty spry back then, and I threw the old big boy steel in the truck, and then we had a little kicker, a little husky kicker, and throwed it in there, a couple cans of gas and bar oil. And we took off, and it took us about 5 hours to get to where he was at. Of course, the main Highway 26 that goes out that way, goes towards the east, was pretty much clear. But getting out of Wiggins, first of all, just getting to the main drag here in Wiggins took me about an hour, and then of course we had to cut it up and then either pull it or roll it off the road. And you ain't gonna pull too much with a Toyota Tercel. But anyway, after a 5 hour trip to get there, I pulled down the road. You were going south on old 15, and then they stopped, and then you had to turn back and go back parallel to 15 for about 3 miles to get to where you had to turn off to go into this facility. It was an old big place that they had turned into. It was probably 15 rooms, and there were several older people living there. And on that road there, I only had to cut a couple of limbs to get to where I could get through. And I pulled down there to the main drag, and when you pulled up to the thing, you turned and you went in, and the road made a little quick turn back to the right, and then it made another little quick turn back to the left. And when I turned around to the left, there's probably a 30-inch at the base oak tree laying across the road. It was a big one. It had 4 saw logs, 12-foot saw logs in it before it got to the top. I mean, it was a big one. It was a good old big one. And when I pulled up there, I pulled up to the tree, and I got out. I stood up out of the truck, and on the back of a pickup, just on the other side of that pickup, was my daddy, 86 years old, with a rat tail file in his hand, filing a saw. He's out there in a wife beater with a pair of Bermuda shorts, and had them old white socks pulled up about almost to his knee, and had his work boots on. And I stood up, and he goes, "Hey, what are y'all doing?" I looked at him, I said, man, you crazy old man, what are you doing? He said, I'm going to cut that tree up, so we need to get out of here. Just the funniest thing in the world, man. I mean, you know, to see something like that, you know, because I was expecting being sitting inside there with the auxiliary power running and the air conditioner on, and but he had rounded up 3 or 4 guys there from the, they should have cut that tree up. They should have get out of there, and I don't know where they thought they was gonna go, but anyway, we got the old tree cut. Now we couldn't move them logs, but we got the old tree cut and got it where it could be moved. They had a little old tractor there, but that little tractor, you know, it was one of them little 20-horse kickers with a. Now it might have moved one end of one of them around, but I told him, I said, man, I'll go down there and find somebody to come up here and move it. And we went and found a guy with he had a fella buncher. I could hear it running, and I rode down there and told him, I said, man, them old people stuck in that house, I need a lot. I got it cut up, I just need it moved out of the way. He put it on there and moved that log for him. But anyway, you stories like that, man, that stick with you forever. And that was just you know, he never asked me about the house. He just looked up. He said, "Hey, what y'all doing?" You know, dang thing in the world. Anyway, modified money. Sorry, man, I wasted 6 minutes of y'all's precious pocket knife time with that story, but I thought y'all would enjoy that. Anyway, the modified money is brought to you by Aaron Williams, or he's the one that's got me in on this fast. I don't know who started the hashtag, but it don't matter. First thing we need to do is, I hope everybody still got them up in the air. Y'all need to get them up in the air for Cornbread and his family, his wife, Miss Yvonne, Deborah, ever how you want to call it. I have his sticker sitting on my table, and I have my auxiliary now, pocket cross, sitting on top of that sticker 24/7. Okay? In my description of this video, at the very top, is going to be all the links to what you need to know about the auction that Brother Dwayne Clark at Clark Kentucky Knives is putting on. Y'all look at that. Look at that guy walking around. If that don't look like Dwayne Clark, look at that. Got his backpack full of pocket knives. Got his walking cross. If you ever seen the man, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. That's him right there. I don't know who did this sticker, but they hit it. They hit the nail right on the head. All right, I got 3 pocket knives. The first one I'm going to show y'all was something that came out of the load. I was messing around like that. I promised y'all some Barlows, and I got them in there. They in there soaking, but they're not far enough along. I got 3 of them in there, and I've always got something kind of in flux, you know, working. So, but anyway, I went and picked this up out of the load. It was a box of knives. There's 3 or 4 of them in there that just I'm not gonna say I gave up on them, but they're just not in the top of the list. But if you watch my pocket dump this morning, my what you toting, for lack of a better word, I featured this knife in it. Okay. Now it has been. I had it in a different slip, but it is transferred to this Charlie Cook. Charlie Cook he's a great leather maker. I don't know how to. I mean, I could probably. What I need to do, I need to put a link to Charlie Cook down there in my description too. If I can figure, I don't even know if he's got a store. I don't know how to get in touch with him, but I'll figure it out. Y'all look for a link down there in my description of this video and future videos for Mr. Charlie Cook. Now, I saw him on Facebook, and it was way different what I thought. I figured he's an old young feller, you know, whipper or something. He's a pretty handsome old feller. Got a picture of him and his wife sitting there. I told him in the chat last night that's probably way too much woman for him, but joking. You know I'm joking, Charlie. But anyway, beautiful. Look at that feather. Look at that thing. That thing is beautiful. Anyway, in said slip is a 1979 Case Trapper, number 54. Most everybody in the pocket knife world is familiar with this knife, but I'm gonna scoot you on up here, man. Cause I want y'all to look. I didn't realize that, I mean, I looked at it, 5 times, but I want y'all to look how pretty. Look at the bone on that thing, that pocket one. Look at that son gun. I hope that's coming through. Cause look at the bone right there on the end. Now, my friend down in Deep South Cutlery, Seth Bond, Brother Billy Ray and Seth Bond down there in Deep South Cutlery. Y'all ever heard of them? Deep South Cutlery? I got them right there on my old cooler. They sell a few pocket knives. They know a little bit about pocket knives. But Seth calls this pretty bone. And the thing about this knife that makes it very, very special is how pocket worn it is. Y'all see how pocket worn the jigging is on there? And look at that bone. Boy, that's just beautiful. Like I say, Seth calls this pretty bone. And I got a Stockman, a 47 Stockman. It's got the same bone on it. I bought it, I don't know, 6-7 months ago and did a rehab on it. But look at that son gun. Now then, here's going to be the part that some of y'all may not understand. But you will. I think you'll get it right here in just a second. Okay. Now, Ted Hart this morning, when I did my pocket dump, he left a comment about how he used to watch his uncle and his dad sharpen this exact knife. Okay. And how he has many, many memories of watching them and couldn't understand why they were sharpening a knife that looked like that. Well, I'm going to give y'all a little, watch this now. Y'all see that? I ain't done nothing to it. All I did was put some mother's polish and Cooper hand rubbed it and got it back to where it was. This is just the way it came out of the box this morning or last night. Now, what inspired me to even look at this knife hard like this was HT. Y'all might have heard of him, OHT over at HTDDC. He pulled out a whatnot knife that he had bought. And yes, I'm Big Jim, and I am a knifeaholic, and I have a problem with whatnot. All right, there it is. I admitted it. I have a problem. Okay, and that's the first step in getting some help. Now, I'm not going to delete the app, none of that kind of stuff, but I need help. I need support. Okay, but anyway, this old clip blade there. Now it's still got the walk. I heard that. Still got the walk, but most of the talk is gone. Okay, I mean it's just gone. I mean, but can you imagine how many times that blade has been opened? Okay, so if the walkie-talkie is a little wore out on it, I mean that's okay. I mean I don't have a problem with that, none whatsoever. Little light. Now then, old spade blade is a little different. You know, it ain't been opened very many times. Is that old clip point now? Y'all listen to this. That's right. That's the walk. It's got the walk. Okay. And on top of that, has the talk. Okay. I don't have no problem putting this knife in my pocket any day of the week. Well, some of y'all saying, well, Jim, that other old blade was pretty sharp, wasn't it? I'm have to agree, it was pretty sharp. Oh, you reckon it'll curl the key? I don't think it will. Oh man, I don't not bad. Let me try it one more time. Y'all think it's a curly cue? People wonder why people want to collect the 70s Case 9. It's a 79, so this one's been down the road. All right. There you go, man. There's the first. And this is in my pocket. That's why it's in a slip. I pulled it out, set it on the table. Right there. Old Charlie Cook. Well, come on out there, Junior. You can do it. Anyway, she'll come right on out. I don't know why I got it stuck in there now. I mean, I ain't panicking or nothing because we can get it out. Let's try it one more time. Oh, I almost dropped it. I bet that knife's been dropped 35,461 times. Anyway, let's move on. See, y'all, this is what happens when y'all put me up in there and get me all crazy on Facebook. I mean, YouTube. I ain't blaming y'all. All right, now the next knife, I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna put y'all a clip. All right, this is this video probably it's about, I don't know, it's about 2:30 right now, but I'm gonna have to edit this to get the clips all lined up and get everything where it needs to be, and so it'll probably be coming out about 5 o'clock. I don't know what time it'll come out, but I've been stopped. Put y'all a clip in here. The next knife is a Stockman. And it came from the load also, and it's a Cutmaster. So y'all get ready for a little short clip here of a Cutmaster that's in pretty bad shape. Well, real bad. But anyway, let's see what old Big Jim come up with. All right, y'all got to look at that pocket knife. It's in pretty rough shape. While I was in there downloading that clip, there's some serious weather, very serious weather in the area. And I got the old weather app punched up here, and I don't know how good this is gonna come in, but you're gonna see there's a Hattiesburg, Mississippi and Gulfport, Mississippi on this map, and I'm right in the middle between Hattiesburg up north and Gulfport south. And give y'all a second, see if I can get that where y'all see it. Y'all look at what's coming up down below down there. That's what you got to worry about. Over by New Orleans, all that. There you can see Wiggins up there in the middle. It looks kind of clear right now, but it's a rumbling and tumbling, and well, I don't know what I've done now. I must have pressed something I wasn't looking at. Let me go. Well, says the rain's gonna stop in 23 minutes. I mean, gonna start in 23 minutes. Anyway. Y'all didn't come here for no weather then. Anyway, it's rumbling and tumbling and bumbling. If it starts rumbling and bumbling here in a minute, y'all know why. Here's what we got, y'all. Let me give this a little complimentary rub, y'all, real quick. I mean, it's a beautiful knife, but it's got a little history involved with it that I don't know. I don't know who the guy that owned this collection. You know, these knives were in terrible shape. And I still got I got a huge bag of knives that I ain't even messed with. But there you go. It's a 4-inch Stockman. in Delrin. But it's a beautiful knife. I mean, it's I don't know. Now this one it's kind of like that old case I showed y'all a minute ago. Old blade there been sharpened on a few times, but I worked. This knife was very well. Y'all saw the pictures. It's very dirty, but it's got a little walk, not a whole lot, and it's got to talk, but not like it's supposed to. Cutmaster, was a pretty good brand, so we get that tang stamp in there, Brother Dan. Sometimes the old tang stamps it's a little frustrating. But it says Cutmaster, Utica, New York, USA. Pretty good little pocket knife. Now, here's the spade blade. Now, it ain't hardly been used at all. You can see all that carbon rust, oil rust, carbon rust, whatever you want to call it. It got a little walk talk left in it. Got the walk. And there's the top. So, you're going to say, well, that's the stock one. Don't it supposed to have a sheep foot? Well, it did. The owner of this knife, before I ever got it, and y'all probably saw it in the little clip I wrote for y'all, had turned this knife into a box cutter, for the lack of a better word. I don't really know what else to call it, but the little blade, that little blade right there, was done that way on purpose, and it seems to be. I'm probably not gonna get it to cut the way. There you go. Okay. Tell you what, this is a cardboard assassin. Now I don't know how good it works on a pink index card, but it'll cut. Well, it's gonna be stubborn. It ain't a lot of blade there, but I wish I had yeah. Look at him. Look at him. I don't know where this box come from. Oop. Old Stephen Jeffries. But watch this. It cut right through that. That's that reinforced nylon, fiberglass reinforced tape right there. And she cut it right on open. So it's cardboard. It's a cardboard assassin. So, but I wasn't gonna change. I mean, I could have ground this down and just opened it up, ground it down to where there wasn't no blade there, and it would have, been a pivot. Wouldn't even been a pivot. But I think it's cool. Got a little half stop. But I think old thing cleaned up right pretty for an old one. This knife's probably from the 70s. The Cutmaster Stockman / Cardboard Assassin. That's what we're going to call this one. Good knife. All right. Like I say, man, clean up, restoration, whatever you want to call it. Got it where it works. Anyway, so I'm going to put another clip up for y'all. Now, I was on Whatnot, and I am a Whatnotaholic. I have a problem. My name is Jim. But the other night I was on there, I was just watching. I get information and kind of, I just hang out. And not really a form filler, if y'all know what a form filler is. But I've won a few giveaways. But normally I don't even enter a giveaway until I make a purchase. But this guy pulled this pocket knife out and put it up there. Nobody bid on it. Nobody. Dollar and go. And I looked at it and I said, dang, I know exactly what that is. I've had one. I don't know where it's at. It might be in a box around here. It might not be. I just don't know. But I had one of these, and I'm gonna give y'all a clue. It was made in Pakistan. Okay? Pakistan. Everybody knows that stuff is junk, right? Old Pakistani junk. Well, I'm gonna show y'all something that it ain't junk. All right, guys. If you saw the clip, it's what this is it's a 4.5 inch long Pakistan Army's issue knife. Okay, got brass bolsters. Kind of looks like a Granddaddy Barlow. You know, that's the reason I like it. Well, I mean, I like it for a lot of reasons. But look at the wood. Of course, you know, this was probably made, I have no idea of the year. I haven't been able to, I can't find anything about it on APTK. You search it on when I put my goggles on and look at it with my goggles, it comes back to eBay, 3 or 4 of them selling there. And I have seen these knives. I have or had one of these knives. But the first thing to get, the hardest part to get by, I'm going to show y'all this. Listen to this. Now I can't show you the walk and talk because the spring is so tight. I don't want to get bit by it. Let's see if I can get it. Man, it has kind of a ghost half stop. Not really a half stop. But boy, this thing got a spring. Anyway, this was made to go into the jungle. And I think that's a parachute or a rope cutting thing, you know. But I used it. I owned a salvage yard, and I used to recycle vehicles and sell parts and stuff. And I used it in the salvage yard for cutting battery cables and stuff like that. You can set it down on a piece of wood, put it on a battery cable, cut through it, roll it around, cut through it again. You could skin back the cable if you were going to put a new end on a battery cable. Just as a useful pocket knife. But I paid $1 for this knife on Whatnot. Man, that's. I don't want to. Let me see if I can get it where it does it. That thing got a spring. I'm telling you, it scares me. Anyway, there you go. Let me get my. You know, I don't like the Tang Stamp Mafia. Okay, it says right there. It says 13191 Pakistan. Now, I put this on the fiber wheel, went over the whole thing lightly on the fiber wheel and the wood to get it back to get the luster back, because it was a dumpster fire when I got it in here. But then after that, I brought it in and took the mother's polish and sit there and coon fingered it for a minute. That thing's beautiful. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you're from. I don't care how many times. You put this in your pocket. And did I mention the steel? Y'all see the carbon spots? Okay. Now, I done pulled these paint cards out 3 times on 3 different knives. One of them didn't do so good on. first one did pretty good on, but this one here ain't gonna let me down. Y'all ready? This son gun is blistering sharp. See if we can get old Brother Ted. Old Brother Ted likes them curly cues. I don't know if we're going to get one on this or not, Ted. But I tell you what, you put this in your pocket, it will cut. All right, I got a trash can full of them little cards all cut up right here next to me, guys. I know. I'm as crazy as they come, but you know what? I like my pocket knife. All right, guys. Another arousing edition of Modified Monday, brought to you by Old Big Jim with a hashtag from Aaron Williams. Y'all don't forget, on the 27th is going to be the first auction. Brother Dwayne has now scheduled 4 auctions, I think. I got them all bookmarked on Whatnot, starting on the 27th. Okay, now I think he's got one on the 7th, and then he's got one on the 11th. Now he's doing them, I think on Friday or maybe Wednesday. I don't know. Y'all had to check the calendar. But he's trying not to interfere with the auctions on Facebook that Deep South Cutlery does. Okay? Brother Dwayne's a very thoughtful gentleman, and but you would expect that from a Southern gentleman, especially an OG like Brother Dwayne. Okay? And I'm just throwing that out there. Okay? And I've been called an OG, and I don't know if I deserve that or not, but I can promise you, Dwayne Clark is OG, okay? All of y'all need to remember Yvonne Up, okay? I've been using that hashtag quite a bit, Yvonne Up. That means y'all get Yvonne up in your prayers and keep her in your prayers, and together we're going to ride the wave to get Miss Yvonne a better life. All right? I love y'all. Happy Monday. Tuesday, tomorrow, I got an appointment going to the food bank, which I go once a month, and I enjoy that. They usually the main thing is the family that runs it is a fine Christian fella and his wife, and they witness to you every time you come through the food line, and I enjoy it immensely. And I go there, and then the things that I don't need or don't use, I share with other people in the community. It never goes to waste. I won't let it. It's not a lot of food, but it's something that I participate in every month, and I'm going to continue as long as the Lord blesses me. I love all of y'all. Thank y'all for showing up for my life. This thing probably be 30 minutes long. You know, that's something y'all need to drop me a little, send me a message or whatever. Would y'all rather me do 4 or 5 short videos, like one little video for each knife? Or should I keep doing the long videos? Or do you not care? Y'all let me know something in the comments down there. Okay? I know I started off with a story about my daddy and all that kind of stuff, and that's just old Big Jim. You know, when you get like me, you get kind of old, you get in your head and thinking about stuff, you know, I'm all the time thinking of something wrong, indifferent, right, I don't know. Anyway, I love y'all. Y'all have a wonderful day. Now, before I go, the hint for the video is out there. I mean, for the giveaway is out there. I don't know if any of y'all have seen it, but the hint and what to do to get in my giveaway has already been done. And it's been out there for a minute. So, I don't know if y'all want to go back and search and look for it or what you want to do, but I'm going to probably tomorrow pack, or I'm going to take 3 boxes and set them in there on my table, and I'm going to take the big old box of stuff I got down here to give away, and I'm going to add all kinds of stuff. I'm going to put all the stuff in the boxes, and then I'm gonna get them ready, and then I'll probably do a video. I don't know. How about Friday? Y'all want to see Friday? I'll do a video, and I'll go through each box and show you what each place is gonna get. And then sometimes next week, old Big Jim, I may go live. Boy, that freaks people out with it. I don't know. I don't know if my ADD. I'd be sitting there looking at trying to read what y'all saying. I don't know if my ADD would let me do that or not. But we might try it and go live and do the, put the old random picker on my phone and press the little button and see what happens. Okay? Giveaway coming up pretty quick. All right. I love y'all. Thank you. And have a blessed day. Rule number 9.